Several East Valley groups coming together to celebrate Preston Lord Day today. It would have been Lord's 18th birthday. But instead, next month will mark 2 years since that Queen Creek teen was beaten to death at a Halloween party, allegedly at the hands of members of a group called the Gilbert Goons. 12 News journalist Rachel Cole is live at the gathering tonight. What's going on, Rachel?
Yes, good afternoon to you, Troy. This is the distillery out here on Arizona Avenue, and you can see the crowd starting to build. The event doesn't actually start until 5 o'clock, so they're just getting everything ready. We are told that inside is going to be a Preston Lord scholarship table, so we're going to get the details on that. But what I thought was great is that there's vendors and separate resources coming out here. What they really want, the whole objective of events like this, are to make sure that families with young teens have the resources that they need to make sure that their kids are on the right track. They're not getting into these teen violence incidents. And of course, today would have been Preston's 18th birthday, so a lot of emotion already running out here. We saw his grandpa Tony, his dad Nick is inside. We've gotten to chat with Melissa, his stepmother, just briefly. She's going to talk to us a little bit more at 5 o'clock. Obviously, the emotion's still very raw out here, so we're just kind of getting a lay of the land. But one thing that stood out to me was this basket of rocks, and one in particular that stood out was this one here that says HB 2611, and as you guys know, that's Preston's law, and it just enhances the punishment for aggravated assault, especially if it is a group style attack like the one Preston lost his life to back at that Halloween party in 2023. So we're going to be out here talking with friends and family. Again, still a lot of raw emotion, but they want to be out here making sure that families have the resources that they need to keep their kids out of those situations, their teens out of those situations. We've already seen local restaurants take initiatives to change operating hours because they were seeing teen violent attacks. So we're going to chat with his stepmother a little bit more, and then of course there's going to be festivities underway, all to remember Preston again on what would have been his 18th birthday here today, Preston Lord's Day. Troy?
Yeah, I remember so many of his friends and family members hoping that his death would lead to changes, and you mentioned a couple of them. We have the new law there, and then I think we just reported last night that it's the In-N-Out Burger there in Gilbert, where a lot of these Gilbert Goon attacks took place. Right. They're not going to stay open at night anymore, so there's a couple of big changes right there.
Exactly. Closing the dining room in the hours of operation at 9 o'clock, trying to deter kids from hanging out. There's no loitering signs we saw in Sean Rice's previous reporting. So a lot of good measures going into place, a lot without Maricopa County stepping in. But we were told that Maricopa County officials will be out here tonight as well. So it'll be interesting to gauge their concern and their reaction to the movement that unfortunately the loss of his life has made on this community and the state of Arizona.
All right, Rachel Cole live for us in the East Valley. Thank you, Rachel.